someone is crazy in love with you. There are moments in life when everything seems ordinary on the surface, yet something extraordinary is quietly unfolding behind the scenes. You may believe that nothing is changing, that no one notices you, or that the love you've been hoping for exists only in your imagination. But what if the story is completely different? What if, at this very moment, someone is carrying your name in their heart? What if someone smiles when they think of you, wonders how your day is going, replays your conversations over and over, and secretly imagines a future with you? Sometimes the greatest love stories begin long before a single word is spoken. They begin in silent admiration, hidden emotions, and hearts that are waiting for the perfect moment to reveal what they truly feel. Today's message is an invitation to see yourself through a new lens. Instead of asking, "Why hasn't love found me?" ask, "What if love is already finding its way to me?" The energy you live in today shapes the relationships you experience tomorrow. When you carry yourself with confidence, peace, gratitude, and genuine self-love, you become naturally attractive. Not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because you are expressing the best version of who you already are. Love responds to certainty, authenticity, and emotional wholeness. The moment you stop believing you must earn love and begin believing you deserve it, everything about your presence changes. Perhaps someone has been watching you from a distance, inspired by your strength, your kindness, your resilience, or the unique light that only you possess. They may be gathering the courage to speak, waiting for the right opportunity, or overcoming fears that have kept them silent. What appears to you as delay may simply be preparation. Not every love story begins with grand gestures. Many begin with quiet admiration that grows stronger every single day until it can no longer remain hidden. So today, release every belief that says you are unlovable, forgotten, or destined to be alone. Those thoughts have no authority over your future. Replace them with a new conviction. You are worthy of extraordinary love. You are valuable exactly as you are, and the right person will recognize your worth without needing to be convinced. Walk through this message with an open heart and an expectant mind. Allow yourself to imagine a future where love is no longer something you chase but something that naturally finds you. Because sometimes, while you're busy doubting what's possible, someone else is quietly becoming absolutely crazy in love with you. And the next chapter of your story may be much closer than you think. Love has a remarkable way of beginning, long before two people openly express their feelings. It often starts quietly, deep within the heart, where admiration grows through countless unnoticed moments. The first and most important truth to understand is that genuine love begins within you before it is reflected by anyone else. The relationship you have with yourself creates the foundation for every relationship you experience with others. When you constantly question your worth, seek approval, or believe you are difficult to love, those beliefs influence the way you carry yourself and the connections you build. But the moment you begin to see yourself as valuable, worthy, and deserving of deep affection, everything changes. Your confidence becomes natural rather than forced. Your smile becomes more genuine. Your presence becomes calm instead of anxious. You stop trying to convince people to choose you because you already know your value isn't determined by someone else's opinion. Ironically, this quiet confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate peace, authenticity, and self-respect. Imagine waking up every morning with the certainty that you are enough exactly as you are. Imagine no longer measuring your worth by text messages, social media attention, or the actions of another person. That inner certainty transforms the way you move through life. It allows you to love freely without fear and to receive love without suspicion. Someone who is developing deep feelings for you is often responding to this authentic version of you rather than to a carefully crafted image. They notice the kindness you show when no one is watching, the resilience you display after difficult moments, the compassion you offer to others, and the quiet strength that helps you keep moving forward. These qualities create an emotional connection that goes far beyond physical attraction. Real love grows where character, confidence, and emotional security meet. Many people spend years chasing love without realizing they are overlooking the most important relationship of all, the one they have with themselves. The more you appreciate your own value, the less likely you are to settle for relationships built on inconsistency, confusion, or emotional games. You naturally begin attracting people who respect your boundaries, celebrate your success, and appreciate your presence. This shift doesn't happen because the world suddenly changes. It happens because your expectations change. You no longer accept less than the love you know you deserve. At the same time, someone who is genuinely interested in you may be quietly observing these very qualities. They may admire the confidence you've developed, the optimism you maintain during difficult times, or the warmth you bring into every room you enter. While you may believe no one notices your growth, someone else could be deeply inspired by it. Sometimes people fall in love gradually, not because of one dramatic moment, but because they consistently witness the beautiful qualities that define who you are. Every meaningful conversation, every thoughtful action, and every genuine smile leaves an impression. Love often grows through consistency rather than intensity. So instead of wondering whether you are enough for someone else, remind yourself that your greatest responsibility is to become the fullest expression of your authentic self. Continue growing, continue believing in your worth, continue treating yourself with kindness, and continue expecting healthy mutual love. When you live from that place of confidence and emotional abundance, you stop chasing affection because you understand that true love is never something you have to force. It is something that naturally recognizes you, appreciates you, and moves toward you. And while you continue becoming the best version of yourself, someone may already be realizing that you are exactly the person they've been searching for, falling deeper in love with every glimpse they see of the incredible person you have become. One of the greatest misunderstandings about love is believing that if you cannot see it, it does not exist. In reality, some of the strongest emotional connections are formed long before they become visible. Feelings often grow in silence, hidden behind hesitation, uncertainty, or the simple passage of time. That is why the second key truth is this: the invisible connection may already be forming. While you are busy living your daily life, questioning whether anyone truly notices you, someone else may be thinking about you far more often than you realize. They may replay your conversations in their mind, smile when they remember something you said, or wonder what you are doing at that very moment. Love rarely announces itself the instant it begins. More often, it develops quietly through admiration, respect, shared moments, and an increasing appreciation for who you are as a person. Many people need time to understand the depth of their own emotions before they are ready to express them. Some are naturally cautious because they have been hurt before. Others fear rejection or worry about saying the wrong thing. Their silence is not always a sign of indifference. Sometimes it is simply a reflection of their own journey toward courage and emotional clarity. This is why patience is such a powerful quality. Instead of assuming that nothing is happening because you cannot see immediate results, allow yourself to believe that meaningful things often take time to unfold. Think about a seed planted beneath the soil. For days or even weeks, there appears to be no change. Yet beneath the surface, roots are spreading, strength is developing, and life is preparing to emerge. Relationships can grow in much the same way. The strongest bonds are often built through steady emotional connection rather than dramatic beginnings. Every genuine interaction, every act of kindness, every moment of authenticity leaves an impression that continues long after the conversation ends. You may not remember every encouraging word you have spoken, but someone else might carry those words in their heart. You may not realize that your confidence inspired another person to become braver, or that your compassion made them feel understood in a way they had not experienced before. These moments create emotional significance that cannot always be measured immediately. At the same time, it is important not to become consumed by trying to identify who might secretly love you, or to interpret every small gesture as proof of hidden feelings. Healthy love grows best when it is rooted in reality, mutual respect, and honest communication rather than constant speculation. The healthier approach is to remain open to possibilities while continuing to live a full and meaningful life. Focus on your personal growth, your goals, your friendships, and your joy. When your happiness does not depend entirely on another person's actions, you naturally become more confident, emotionally balanced, and attractive. Ironically, this inner peace often creates the environment where authentic relationships can flourish. The person who is developing feelings for you is far more likely to approach someone who radiates confidence than someone who is constantly chasing reassurance. Trust that genuine affection does not disappear simply because it has not yet been spoken aloud. Some people express love through quiet observation before they find the courage to speak with honesty. Continue becoming the person you are proud to be. Continue showing kindness, integrity, and compassion without expecting immediate rewards. Continue believing that meaningful relationships are built on trust, patience, and authenticity. When the right time arrives, what has been quietly growing beneath the surface can finally emerge into the light, and you may discover that while you were wondering whether anyone truly cared, someone had already been falling deeper in love with the extraordinary person you have been all along. There comes a moment in every journey toward love when the greatest transformation is not finding the right person. It is releasing the exhausting habit of chasing them. This is one of the most liberating truths you can embrace. Stop chasing and allow love to find you. Many people spend years believing they must constantly prove their worth, earn someone's attention, or convince another person to recognize their value. They send one more message, overthink every conversation, wait anxiously for every reply, and allow their happiness to rise and fall based on another person's actions. But love that requires endless pursuit often creates more anxiety than peace. Genuine love is not built on fear, desperation, or emotional pressure. It grows where there is mutual respect, shared interest, and the freedom for both people to choose one another willingly. The moment you stop trying to force love into existence, you create space for something far healthier and far more fulfilling to enter your life. Choosing not to chase does not mean becoming cold, distant, or unwilling to express your feelings. It means trusting your worth enough to know that you do not have to beg for affection, compete for someone's attention, or sacrifice your self-respect just to keep another person interested. Real confidence is quiet. It does not demand validation because it already understands its own value. When you begin living from that place of emotional security, your energy changes in remarkable ways. You become more present in your daily life, more grateful for what you already have, and more focused on becoming the best version of yourself rather than trying to become someone else's ideal. Ironically, this inner shift often makes you more attractive than any strategy or carefully planned conversation ever could. People are naturally drawn to those who carry themselves with authenticity, kindness, and confidence. They notice the person who smiles sincerely instead of seeking approval, who pursues meaningful goals instead of obsessing over someone else's attention, and who enjoys life without constantly wondering who is watching. If someone is truly developing deep feelings for you, they are far more likely to be inspired by the genuine person you are than by a version of you shaped by insecurity or fear. Love flourishes when both individuals feel free to be themselves without manipulation or emotional games. This is why letting go is often the beginning of receiving. Instead of asking, "How can I make them love me?" begin asking, "How can I continue becoming someone who naturally reflects love, peace, and confidence?" That question changes everything because it shifts your attention from controlling another person's emotions to nurturing your own emotional well-being. Spend time doing what brings you joy. Strengthen your friendships, pursue your dreams, care for your health, learn new skills, and celebrate your progress. Every step you take toward personal growth reminds you that your life has purpose beyond any single relationship. As you become more fulfilled within yourself, you stop radiating the fear of loss and begin radiating the confidence of abundance. People notice that difference. They feel it in the way you speak, the way you listen, and the calm assurance you bring into every interaction. If someone is already falling in love with you, your authenticity gives them even more reasons to admire you. And if the right person has not yet entered your life, your confidence prepares you to recognize and receive healthy love when it does arrive. Trust that you never have to chase what is genuinely meant for you. What belongs in your life will move toward you through honesty, mutual effort, and sincere affection. Keep your heart open, keep your standards high, and keep believing that the strongest relationships are built not through pursuit, but through two people choosing each other freely, consistently, and wholeheartedly. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your journey toward love is to begin living as though you are already deeply loved. This does not mean pretending that circumstances are different from what they are or ignoring reality. Instead, it means allowing your thoughts, emotions, and daily actions to reflect the confidence, gratitude, and peace of someone who knows they are worthy of genuine affection. Too often, people wait for another person to validate them before they feel valuable. They believe they will finally become confident once someone confesses their love, commits to them, or chooses them. But lasting confidence works in the opposite direction. It begins within, and from that inner certainty flows healthier choices, stronger relationships, and a more fulfilling life. When you assume that you are already deserving of deep, meaningful love, you naturally carry yourself differently. You stop speaking negatively about yourself. You stop expecting rejection before giving someone the chance to know you. You no longer interpret every delay as a sign that you are not enough. Instead, you move through life with quiet assurance, believing that the right connection will unfold at the right time. Imagine how someone who feels completely loved approaches each day. They smile more freely because they are not constantly worried about being judged. They communicate honestly because they are not afraid that one mistake will make people abandon them. They set healthy boundaries because they understand that real love never requires sacrificing self-respect. They celebrate other people's happiness without comparing themselves because they know their own journey is unfolding in its own time. This mindset changes far more than your emotions. It transforms your entire presence. Others notice when someone is comfortable in their own skin. They notice the calm confidence that does not seek attention, but naturally attracts it. They notice the kindness that expects nothing in return, and the authenticity that shines without trying to impress anyone. These qualities create an environment where meaningful relationships can grow naturally. If someone is already developing strong feelings for you, they are likely responding to these deeper qualities rather than to appearances alone. Physical attraction may capture attention for a moment, but emotional security, compassion, resilience, and authenticity are what inspire lasting love. Every time you choose gratitude over fear, hope over doubt, and confidence over insecurity, you become a more complete expression of who you truly are. This does not guarantee that every person will fall in love with you, nor should it. Healthy love is mutual, freely chosen, and built on shared values and genuine compatibility. The goal is not to make everyone admire you. It is to become the kind of person who naturally attracts relationships rooted in respect, trust, and emotional maturity. Living as though you are already loved also changes the way you respond to life's disappointments. Instead of viewing setbacks as proof that love will never find you, you begin to see them as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. You understand that not every connection is meant to last forever, and that every experience teaches valuable lessons about communication, patience, and self-worth. This perspective protects your heart from bitterness while keeping it open to new possibilities. You stop settling for relationships that leave you feeling anxious, uncertain, or undervalued because you know that genuine love brings consistency, encouragement, and mutual care. So begin today by treating yourself the way you hope to be treated by someone else. Speak to yourself with kindness. Celebrate your progress instead of dwelling on your imperfections. Walk with confidence. Pursue your dreams with enthusiasm and allow joy to become part of your everyday life. When you embody the belief that you are already worthy of extraordinary love, You no longer wait for another person to complete you. You simply welcome them to share the beautiful life you are already creating. And as you continue living from that place of confidence and gratitude, you may discover that someone who is quietly and deeply in love with you has been inspired by the very qualities you chose to nurture within yourself all along. The final truth to embrace is that real love unfolds in its own perfect season, and trusting that timing allows you to experience relationships with far greater peace, confidence, and emotional freedom. It is easy to become impatient when your heart longs for connection. You may wonder why the relationship you hope for has not yet appeared, why someone's not at ease, or why life seems to move so quickly for others while your own story feels delayed. In those moments, it is important to remember that meaningful relationships are not measured by speed, but by strength. The deepest connections are often built through growth, maturity, and readiness rather than urgency. Every season of waiting has the potential to prepare you for something greater. During that time, you learn valuable lessons about communication, self-respect, forgiveness, emotional resilience, and the importance of choosing a partner who values you as much as you value them. These lessons shape the foundation of a healthier and more lasting relationship. If someone is truly developing deep feelings for you, they may also be growing in ways you cannot yet see. They may be overcoming fear, healing from past disappointments, gaining confidence, or preparing themselves to love with greater honesty and commitment. What appears to be silence or distance today may simply be a season of preparation rather than rejection. Instead of allowing impatience to fill your heart with doubt, choose to fill it with expectation. Continue believing that every positive step you take toward becoming your best self is preparing you for a relationship built on mutual respect and genuine affection. This mindset allows you to enjoy the present instead of postponing your happiness until a future event occurs. Live fully today. Celebrate your accomplishments, strengthen your friendships, pursue your passions, and create memories that bring joy into your life. A fulfilling life is attractive because it reflects purpose, confidence, and emotional balance. When someone observes you living with gratitude instead of desperation, they see a person who is emotionally secure and capable of building a healthy partnership. Authentic love is drawn to authenticity, not to constant fear of losing what has not even begun. Trusting the timing of your life also means refusing to compare your journey with anyone else's. Every relationship follows its own path. Some begin quickly and end just as fast, while others develop slowly and become lifelong partnerships. Comparison only distracts you from appreciating the unique story that is unfolding in your own life. Your value is not determined by how soon someone falls in love with you or how many people admire you. Your value has always existed, independent of anyone else's opinion. When you understand this, you stop trying to force outcomes that are not ready and begin allowing life to unfold with greater peace. If someone is already falling deeply in love with you, trust that genuine feelings naturally seek honest expression when the time is right. Healthy love is not built on endless guessing, emotional confusion, or manipulation. It grows through clear communication, mutual effort, and shared commitment. Continue becoming the person you are proud to be, knowing that your growth benefits every area of your life, whether in relationships, career, family, or personal fulfillment. Let hope replace fear, confidence replace insecurity, and gratitude replace impatience. Every day you spend becoming stronger, wiser, kinder, and more authentic is a day well invested in your future. Believe that love is not something you have to chase endlessly or desperately earn. The right relationship is built by two people who are both willing to show up with honesty, respect, and open hearts. As you move forward with faith in your own journey, remain open to the beautiful possibility that someone may already see in you everything they have been searching for. Their admiration continues to grow with every glimpse of your character, your strength, and your genuine spirit. And when the moment is truly right, the love that has been quietly growing will no longer remain hidden, but will become a beautiful reality that both of you are ready to embrace.